Edo State Deputy Governor Comrade Philip Shaibu on Saturday ruled out any political solution to the non-inauguration of 14 members-elect of the State House Assembly who refused to present themselves for inauguration on June 17, 2019, when Governor Godwin Obaseki issued a proclamation for the inauguration of the Assembly. Shaibu, who made the declaration in Benin on Saturday at the May 7 meeting of the Edo State House of Assembly Former Members Forum held at the El Classic Hotels, Exeter, GRA, Benin City, said that it was rather too late for the forum to seek for a political solution to the legislative impasse because the case rested with the judiciary, as the governor is not empowered by the law to issue proclamation twice. The deputy governor traced the trajectory of the crisis, which made 14 out of the 24-member House not to be inaugurated, to the wrong counsel the immediate past governor of the state, Comrade Adams Oshomole, gave to the 14 legislators-elect not to make themselves available for inauguration until their seats were declared vacant, pointing out that the anomaly of 10 members operating the assembly was not initiated by Governor Obaseki, as Oshomole did the same thing while he held sway as the governor of the state. He pointed out that 4 out of the 14 affected members-elect were presently close to him, and he did all he could to persuade them to be inaugurated, warning them of the consequences of failure to heed his wise counsel. The major issue here is that of godfathers. We relocated the house to the government house when Comrade Oshomole was to be impeached. 9 of us did that. Some people then boycotted the house for 181 days, and Oshomole told us that he prayed for them not to come back. So when this problem also started in 2019, we too prayed that they should not come back. The man who benefited during one time is now at the receiving end. Shaibu, who was once a majority leader of the assembly, said, according to him, I was with Oshomole when he said no to godfathers. I was actively involved, and when he turned around to play the role of the godfather, what he preached against, I'm also actively involved. Oshomole said he was the governor and nobody can instruct his father outside. This time now, he wants to instruct and wants me to join him so that I will be the sole beneficiary, and I said no. If tomorrow Godwin Obaseki turns around to instruct his sitting governor from the outside, I will also go against him. The deputy governor, while expressing the feeling that he wished the forum had come earlier, however, regretted that the appeal for a political solution was too late because there is no political solution as the constitution is sacrosanct. The parliament does not have the powers to inaugurate them as stated by the Supreme Court in the case of Alegbe versus Oluyo. Shaibu, however, assured that never again will a man called Godfather destroy the legislative arm. Welcoming the former lawmakers to the event, the chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Forum and two-term Speaker of the House, Mr. Matthew Egbando, said that the forum was formed for the former legislators to have a platform to interact and discuss issues that are of common interest, and here, there's no political affiliation. The point of difference between a civilian and a military regime is the legislature. The legislature is a primus inter pares, and that is why it is the number one item in the constitution. The legislature comes first in the order of hierarchy when things are done properly. That is why we are saddened by the current state of affairs of the Edo House of Assembly, where 10 members are acting. It is an aberration, and the forum will see how it can encourage the stakeholders to find a solution, Egbando pleaded. Presenting the keynote address titled The Role of Ex-Legislators in Promoting Sound Legislative Governance in Nigeria, Dr. Sam Sin Osaige, a two-term member of the Assembly, said, ex-lawmakers must continue to engage leaders of the legislature on measures to make the institution of the Parliament and its membership most respectable and form the bulwark of advocating for legislative independence as a way of contributing to the debate. Osage, former minority leader, House of Representatives, posited that former legislators must endeavor to engender a harmonious working relationship between the legislature and other arms of government by timely intervention in matters that can snowball into an avoidable crisis between critical stakeholders of government, calling for the establishment of the National Council of Legislators (NCL) to be composed of former members of the Nigerian legislature who have served at both state and national levels, contributing. A deputy speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, Mr. Fred Omigberia, called on the deputy governor Shaibu to assist the forum in getting official secretariat for the forum, which he said was the first of its kind in the country. A proposal that the deputy governor considered laudable and promised to work on in collaboration with other members. The Edo State House of Assembly Former Members Forum, which was registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission (CAC) on February 11, 2022, has Matthew Egbadon as chairman, Fred Omogbira, Pascal Ugbome, Samson Osabe, Peter Egato, and Uyi Igbe as members. Right now, at the Edo State House of Assembly, we know that it's not full representation, and whichever way they drag it or whichever way they take it, we know it's the masses that are suffering. We know very well that a lot of talks have been made about this one. Philip Shaibu adding his voice again that those lawmakers who were not inaugurated, that they did that owing to the fact or because they listened to their godfather, Adams Oshomole. And at the end of the day, it's the masses that suffers because these lawmakers, they are absent from the house. So it means that the people, they don't have a voice. No one is speaking for them. Their constituency, they don't have any voice. No one is speaking for them. And that should not be the case. So a lot of arguments. Some have accused Governor Godwin Obaseki that he's responsible for this. But Philip Shaibu has explained again that these guys, they decided not to turn up. They decided not to show up. That even part of some of them, 4 out of these lawmakers that didn't turn up for inauguration, that he was quite close to them, that he tried to advise them and told them about the consequences, but they said no. But right now, we know they've gone to court. They've taken it a step further. They are in court as well. We'll see how all of this plays out. So what they've done right now, they've set up a new committee. A new committee was just set up a couple of days ago, and this committee is for ex-lawmakers so that they can have a voice to see how they deal with issues regarding the house. Well, guys, leave us your take. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe till I come your way again with more updates. Bye.